9 p.m. You got a call to leave the crib. I know that you wanna go out with your boys. Tell them hold on. You know I look.
Let's get into the intro. I hear a dog. Are you home?
I am on. Well, I'm
Oh,
in some
okay.
apartments, so
Okay, well, let's get into the intro. Hello, 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 and welcome to all my lazy lovers. This is your girl Cassie C, also known as the Chocolate Bunny Honey. Tonight we want to welcome you back to another episode of The Standard, The Heart, The Thought, where we engage in thought-provoking conversations. Without further ado, I would love to introduce you to my amazing, beautiful, and illustrious co-host, Miss Ty to the E to the.
hey y'all, happy Saturday. Hope y'all having a good night and staying safe.
Well, honey, while we waiting on the people to come in, what did you have for dinner? Because it seems like you got some exciting stuff going on in your life.
Tonight didn't really get that much. We went to TGI Fridays, and a lot of people was not satisfied with their food. But
Really?
I get the yeah, which is not. I'm not surprised. We ain't been to TGI Fridays in so long, and they changed up a lot of their menu. But me, I got the same thing that I normally get. Um, I got the artichoke dip and the Beyond Burger. So
Okay, gotcha. Well, I've never gone to TGI Fridays, but I've
really,
always wanted to go because, back when we were in high school, it looked so good.
that's surprising. You know, Chili's is better though.
I'm not a Chili's fan.
And you might be after going to TGI Fridays, but I know that TGI that was a bummer because they kind of took a long time to bring us certain stuff. But the waiter, he had great service, so he still tipped him.
Okay. Well, shout out to our first listener. I think he's left now, but shout out to Ethan Too Easy. We appreciate you for stopping by for the time you were here. Um, we're just
I
giving
didn't
our
even see it.
viewers time to come in. Yeah, I saw it as soon as it came up.
Uh-uh.
So the topic of
Oh, okay.
tonight is a deep topic. Um, definitely think it's one that's necessary, and it definitely applies to everybody. The journey to self discovery and forgiveness. And shout out to Spicy Carne Asada. We appreciate you for listening in. And as you guys navigate through the show, feel free to chime in and, you know, give your spiel on what you think. But how do you feel about that, sis? Journey to self discovery. How does that apply to you?
Actually, what does that mean? Self discovery,
Well,
finding
break it.
out who you are, or
Yeah,
finding out
it's
your true.
yeah. It's. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. Like self-discovery, finding who you are. And I guess I'll lead since I kind of said the topic. I guess I'll lead. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and we were discussing just this very thing. And one thing that she said that I absolutely agreed with is that most of us don't even know who we are in our 20s. Most of us are still searching and finding and discovering who we are and where we belong. And, we're in search of our little niche, and searching for our paths in life and wanting to know what our purpose is. And one of the things that I said is the most dangerous things that I see us doing is searching for ourselves in people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody has had a moment in life where they simply just wanted to relate to somebody. But
Mm.
God created us as individuals. And I think the beauty of being an individual is just really having time to learn and know who you are, and just really get in tune with self. And even if you don't know where you want to go, just spending that time and discovering, and learning about yourself and using the tools that are out here to help you develop, because psychologically, we all develop at different paces. And especially when you break it down into gender, you know, psychologically and scientifically, it's said that, women develop a little bit faster than men, but it doesn't mean that all men develop at a slower pace. So yeah, that's just a little spill on it.
Um, um, I don't think I'm kind of not confused, but I don't really know how to answer that because I'm not sure. And but I don't know. You have to come back to me with that
Do you feel
question.
like at your age, do you feel like 100% who you are?
Nah, I don't. I don't
Okay.
think nobody really does until they're like established fully, like financially, comfortable they are living wise. Um, but yeah, no, I'm not fully self-discovered. No,
There
because
you go.
I know why. There's so many reasons.
And that's what we want to dive into tonight. Shout out to our listener. Shout out to Magic 33 and OD Base 313. We appreciate you guys for listening.
Oh,
And our topic is self discovery and forgiveness. And we wanted to choose something that applied to everyone as a whole. We know that everybody develops and at different rates, and everyone's on their own journey to just finding themselves and who they are and where they belong. So feel free at any moment to chime in. But yeah, so I asked that question and you said no. You wouldn't say that you 100% knew who you are. And that's why it's called the journey. And I don't even
hmm,
think it's a journey that ever ends. I think that even at the age of 99, that person still has something that they can develop to be just a little bit better. That 99-year-old woman or man still have something about themselves that they need to discover, or something that's in their souls that's empty, and they're still seeking to find a fulfillment or find something that will fill that void or give them just a better understanding within itself of who they are. Um, Hit that bubble, sis.
okay, it's different.
So the topic is about self-discovery and what is that? Forgiveness. So based off the topic, what kind of self-discovery are we talking about on here? I'm just needing a little information. That's all.
Okay, so just self discovery, finding out who you are. I think a lot of people would say that this society, or we can even break it down into this generation, they say that we're in an identity crisis. And the reason being is because we see these people who are dressed up and displayed before us, and everyone wants to be a carbon copy of what they see. And what as human beings appeal to us, is something that looks great. Everybody wants to be something like Nicki or something like Beyonce. There's some who want to be like Adele. And those are just people that I named. Somebody wants to be like somebody. But how many of us have actually taken to the time to do the self work and discover who we are and figure out why we're great? Dressed down, you know, and exposed with the naked eye, you have the opportunity to dive in and get to know who you are and why you're here and what purpose you serve here in life. I don't want to leave here and feel like I left something undone or that I didn't really get a chance to know who I am and why I'm here and how can I use that to be the best person that I can be and to be a positive impact in the lives of those who I'm blessed to come across. And so, instead of us just staying in a place where we're saturated with people who want to be like everybody else, I think it is a necessary topic and definitely something that's needed to encourage people to just find themselves. What are your superpowers? Shout out to He's Hands and Black Phantom and Opera.
Ah, I like spicy carne
Carne
asada.
asada. Spicy steak, I think.
Love it.
So, um, yeah, would you say, sis, that even at where you are now, I won't put your age out there, that you know your
Mhm.
purpose
Did I know my purpose?
in life?
Honestly, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to do a lot of things, but that doesn't mean it's my purpose. But it possibly could be. You
Yeah.
should get good at it and you
Mm-hmm.
succeed at it. Then that's when you'll know that that's your purpose. If you can enjoy something without getting paid for it, I think that's your purpose.
Yeah. I think self discovery is also something that helps you distinguish the difference between simply existing and then living. Because there's a difference. You can be here on this earth just existing because you
Mm-hmm.
woke up. But just because you're here and you exist and you woke up doesn't mean that you're actually living and living to your maximum potential.
Mm-hmm.
Living and striving towards being, just your best self. If not for anybody else, it's okay to want to be the best version of yourself for you. And I even think
Right.
so often we hear people say, oh, you should want to be your best self for others. It's okay to just want to focus on you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to treat you, then how can you treat others?
Oh man, that's a good one right there.
Hit
How
that
can
bubble,
you
sis.
treat somebody and you can't treat yourself right?
Right.
Why keep popping up? There we go.
So the self-discovery that you're talking about, are you talking about like spiritual self-discovery? Because I could give you my view of my self-discovery, but the only thing is, I'm not sure I could share it on here because it's very personal,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of doubt that you are welcoming any stories on LGBTQ plus related topics. That's how it sounds on here. So um, it sounds like you're talking about like spiritual self discovery, is how it sounds like to me.
So here's the thing, it's not going to be the same for everybody. All of us are at different places in our lives. And just to answer your question, I love everybody, regardless if you are heterosexual, a part of the beautiful LGBTQ community. I do not discriminate against anyone, race, sex, or
Mm-hmm.
anything. So I want you
Right.
to answer the question based off of how it pertains to you as an individual. And that's the beauty of having individual stories because we can learn from each other by sharing and seeing where we are, you know, at our different places in life. And that's what I love about having a platform like this is that there is no right or wrong answer. This is a
Mm-hmm.
judgment free zone, and I think you're a new listener, and once again,
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate having you here. But this is a
We
safe
do.
place, one where we want you all to feel comfortable, and one where we welcome you to freely and openly share whatever it is that you feel. This is a respectful place, and so just as much as we expect you guys to be respectful to us, we definitely pride ourselves in being respectful to each and every one of you.
Mm,
And shout out to Queen
exactly.
Beta. So let's talk about me because I want to break the ice a little bit. I would say I'm an open book. Self discovery at age 32.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say that if you had asked me 10 years ago, would I be the person that I am today? I would say absolutely not. 10 years ago, I was on a heavy search and pursuit of just figuring out who I am. I grew up in the spotlight and I spent a lot of my years trying to please those around me. And you have that moment in life where you wake up and you have that light bulb moment and you realize, dang, I'm kind of lost. I'm living to make everybody else happy. But I can't say that I'm doing that for myself. And so, you know, I was also in the pageantry industry,
Mm-hmm.
one that's really cutthroat. You know, on TV, they like to display it as girl power and women
Mm-hmm.
empowerment as something beautiful. But behind the
Yep.
scenes, you know,
Horrible.
it's very cutthroat. Um, and it can definitely take a toll on your self esteem. I've
Mm-hmm.
never had any self esteem issues. However, I can definitely say growing up, I spent so much time looking at the objects that were being placed on me in the
Yeah.
mirror, like the crown and the necklace and the dress and the heels and the pantyhose, etc. But I didn't really spend the time looking at me, just as
Exactly.
me. And you know, the eyes are the window to the soul. And the first time I took that step to look in the mirror
Yeah.
and look at me, not what I had on my head or what's on my neck or my waist size or the dress that I was wearing. I didn't know who that person was. And so I took a journey to discover who I am for me and try to figure out what it is um, that I should be doing here on this earth and you know, why I wanted to just get in tune with self. And that's so
Mm-hmm.
important because at the end of the day, when you take the crown off, you take the pearls off, you take the dress, you take the heels, none of that stuff matters. You know, there's no value in any of it, no matter how much
Mm-hmm.
it costs. That's why they're called accessories.
Yeah.
Hit those
I agree.
bubbles, sis.
Think we're gonna start. Oh, it's from top to bottom. Okay.
Okay, so my self discovery was pre pandemic after the um, what do you call it, like the Pride Fest in 2019, 3 days after Pride Fest at downtown St. Louis. 3 days later, I found out I was pansexual. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's basically the same thing as bisexual, but it's just like I like men, women, and transgender, non-binary, that kind of thing, and
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what part state they have. So and uh, quarantine wise,
Let me
Keep
get
going.
pushed to the next bubble.
quarantine wise, I uh, discovered I was gender fluid, which means I'm kind of on a non-binary like spectrum, umbrella. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll feel more feminine one week, maybe the next week more masculine, maybe in between feminine and masculine. So there's that, and also the thing that I wanted to add to the list is I found out maybe some time ago after my visit of my sister, I found out I was a transgender as well.
Okay.
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 Um, before you hit that button, I thank you for just trusting us with such a vulnerable topic. But I think it's
Mhm.
beautiful because this is what I tell people when I meet them. The best thing you can be for yourself is honest with yourself. I respect and love anybody that can just keep it real
Yep.
because I'm probably as
Absolutely.
real as they get. Um, I don't really even like when people say I don't see color, I don't see any of that. No, I see it because
Yeah, I
that's
do
why
too.
it's color. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
exactly. Black and
When
white
you
is still
tell,
color.
right, when you tell me that you are bisexual or pansexual, I see that. And because I see it, it gives me the opportunity and the choice to respect it. And it's beautiful to acknowledge it. We've got to stop sweeping things under the rug. We've got to start handling things head on. You know what I'm saying? Because
Having
we're all living,
conversations.
yeah, we're all living in a world where we're existing amongst one another. Why not just take an opportunity to just try to understand? We're all human beings. We all deserve the same love and respect as the next person, period. And I say that
Exactly.
boldly and unapologetically.
Hmm.
Hit that button.
Cassie C and Ty,
What's
right?
up,
Or can I just call
Zay?
you T? I'm not even sure how to Tion. I don't you know what. I ain't even
That's
gonna
right.
butcher
You
your name
got
no
it.
more. I'm sorry, but
You.
hello. I have never been able to catch y'all live. So what's up? How
Oh,
y'all been?
oh, we've
Hey,
been doing
Zay.
quite well. How are you doing, Zay?
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, that's he's so cool. I remember him from one of our other shows. He's a cool dude.
I, I like his an emoji too.
He changed it. I noticed. Listen, I pay attention to details. Zay's avatar thingy, it didn't look like that at first. So it's nice.
Oh.
It looks real bougie.
Yeah, like he just came from France.
Ah oui, oui, je sais la juice.
Mm, oui,
Hit
oui.
that, hit that button.
So it's like I said, it's kind of personal. I mean, I could leave plenty of bubbles to make a story out of this, but I rather not share
Okay.
everything because, like I said, it's going to be like a bunch of bubbles that you'll have to press to get to the end of the story. So that's my self discovery.
I
Okay, thank you
appreciate
for
you,
sharing.
Magic. And I just want you to know that you're beautiful, special, and loved, regardless of what you
Al
are.
Bashard. I think he changed his name. It's Al Bashard or Chard.
Mrs. Plenty, shout out to you. And thank you to Queen Beta for showing us some love.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna play Drea.
Classic. I appreciate the shout out much more than you will ever understand, probably. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been on stereo in some time, but tonight I found myself searching for something to get some things off my heart and my chest
Mm.
and my mind. And I just feel that in recent months and weeks, the question of who I am, where I'm going, and what I'm doing has been more prominent
Mm-hmm.
than usual. And I feel like my direction has gone from being clear to very skewed. And
Mm-hmm.
I can blame no one but myself.
That definitely happens.
You know, Queen Beta, I can relate to that. And when you feel that consistent urge inside of you, that just means that that's something inside of you that's in need and it's needing to rise up out of you. Um, and instead of blaming yourself, I want you to take a moment and just acknowledge that just like the rest of us, you're doing the best that you can. There's no guide or manual out here for any of us to grab and do everything right. And even when I say everything right, I mean according to societal standards. Um, but the best thing that you can do is get up every single day and try again. And that's the thing about self discovery. When you're on that journey, one of the most difficult parts to reach is the part where you see that you need healing.
Mm.
And healing for everybody. It's hard. And it's something that's hard to stand in front of and confront. But I urge you to be open to that. And I urge you to step away from blaming yourself or beating yourself down. You may not have felt like you got it right the first time, second, or even the third time. But we live to see another day and to try again and to work towards getting where we want to be. And sometimes we find ourselves walking in foggy land, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes that source of navigation is not even what's ahead of us, but it's what's inside of us, our hearts. Understanding how to use your emotions and your logic, not against one another, but in partnership with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have minds, and that's why we have, our hearts to just be those tag team partners and to coexist. The emotions that God gave us, He didn't give them to us because it was wrong to have. We have these emotions because He wants us to know how to feel and use them properly. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be happy. The key is balance. And the key is knowing what's a healthy dose of each. And so I just want to encourage you and let you know that you are not alone. All of us are trying to figure this thing out. God knows I am. And even when I've gotten to a place where I thought I had it all figured out, I was sadly mistaken. I didn't. I didn't. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's not even my fault. It's my journey. And it's my time to heal through whatever it is that I need to heal. To learn whatever lesson was there for me to learn in that moment. And to continue on. Continue loving. Don't close your heart. Just be you. Even if being you in that moment is, unclear. I heard you say that was something consistent that was coming up over and over and over again, wondering, who you are and why you exist. Keep wondering and searching until you find you. You owe it to yourself to fight for you. I said this the other day, the longest relationship that we're ever going to have is the one with ourselves. And so if there's one person that I want to be comfortable with, it's me. When you agree, sis?
I do. I definitely agree. Shout out to Follow Me. Oh, bars. Let's click these last two bubbles.
I don't want to bring down anybody's night. Um, but I do want to attempt to speak on a little bit of the journey that I'm on and have been on for a while. I'm at a point in my life where balance is my struggle,
Mm-hmm.
and self value and self worth and self love, strength are all new words to me.
Mm-hmm. Keep going,
Mm.
sis.
You just
That's
want to say,
something that you notice. My avatar, yeah, I did change it. I changed it like last night. Um, I was going for a Black Panther type of look, but I ended up looking like a French Canadian. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it for a little while. I'm gonna keep it just for a little while.
he's silly. A French Canadian.
Um, Queen Beta, don't feel like you're gonna dampen the room. Because as
Mm-mm.
I mentioned before, this is a safe place where you can be honest, open, comfortable, free. If there's healing that you need, we hope that you find it here. If there's an answer that you're searching for, we're here to help you discover it because we're all searching for our own answers. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard what I said earlier on, but I mentioned that even a 99-year-old person has new things about themselves that they have to discover. So, although value and strength and self worth are all words that are new to you, they're new because it's an opportunity to grab those keys, hold on to those keys, and use all of those keys to open doors that you never walked through.
Definitely. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
baby
SQ,
girls. Oh,
baby girl Star.
yeah. And Chef's Lapaho.
Who?
Lapaho. Oh, Chef's Lapaho.
I don't
Slap
see
girl
that.
chef slap a hoe. I like it. That's what it says. Chef slap a hoe.
Minute. Where do you see that?
I don't. You might have to scroll down to the bottom to see the names that I see. I'm noticing that, and I'm also noticing the names are different once I click the bubble.
Oh, they're probably changing, and that's fine. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
see a
Because I was
chef
like,
slap a hoe,
you
but
go out and come back in.
I'm not doing all of that. Um, but yeah, and I want to navigate into forgiveness because um, along my journey to self discovery, I found out that there were a lot of things that I had to forgive myself for. I pride myself in being someone who loves wholeheartedly, freely, and I always say I don't bother nobody. If you encounter Miss Cassie C, you're gonna encounter somebody who is gonna love on you until she can't love on you no more. However, I once didn't do well with betrayal, and I once didn't do well with people doing me wrong. And so on my journey to self-discover, I had to forgive myself for what I would do then to subside the pain. And what I would do then was want to get back at the person. You know, um, if you got me, I was going to make sure that I got you back and I was going to get you back worse than what you did to me. I had to forgive myself for that because as a lady, I learned that owed it to myself to have self respect for myself and to hold myself at a standard, regardless of who did what to me and how, regardless of how humiliated I may have been or how hurt or crushed I may have felt. I owed it to myself to still aim high and rise above whatever feelings I wanted to act on. Um, and so forgiveness plays a key role in growing and learning and becoming who you're going to become. You could be 35 years old and still not have it figured out. And that's okay. Trust and believe. There's something here on this earth that's for you. And there's a reason why you're here. If there's 365 days in a year and you get 364 days where you've done it all wrong, guess what? On that last day, you still have a new opportunity. Take it and use it and flourish. Thrive in it. If you make a mistake, acknowledge it. Hold yourself accountable and push through. Push forward. Hit that button, sis.
That's it.
No, I'm taking in everything that you said, and I appreciate it from both of you. Admittedly, I hate being vulnerable, but I feel like I'm constantly guilty in my own eyes. And I'm not angry at anyone else but me.
Mm-hmm.
And this internal struggle in myself is, some days it just feels like I'm a mix of other people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
understand that part about not liking to be vulnerable because I'm the same way. I'm only vulnerable around people that I know won't use it against me later,
Mm-hmm.
and there's very few.
And then
And
even
even
then,
then,
you don't even
so
know.
I still just don't like it.
Yeah. And it's okay to be, cautious of being vulnerable. See, here's the thing, everybody's not graced to hold what you have to carry. And not everybody is qualified or even deserves to have the opportunity to do so. And so I heard you say that, you're angry with yourself. But just like you allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to forgive and to push through and to keep trying. Don't be so hard on yourself, baby girl. And I can tell you that because I lived it. When you want to talk about the queen of being her own worst critic, you're talking to her. That was me. Nobody could tell me about me but me when it came to what I did wrong because I was someone who always wanted to do it right. Not because I wanted to be better than anybody else, because I don't see that at all. But because I always wanted to just get it right. I wanted to do it perfect. I'm a perfectionist. Has to be done just spot on.
Mm-hmm.
And if I made a mistake, it was the end of the world. And it's okay to cry. That's a part of healing. Guess what? If you planted bad seeds, somewhere along the way you planted good seeds. And you know what those tears are doing? Those tears are watering those good seeds. And one day when you get to the place in which you're supposed to be, because you got to weed through all the weeds in order to cut that grass and have a beautiful yard. There's no way you can have a beautiful yard without plucking those weeds. So when you get to that place, those tears that you cried, days back or months back, now you're going to reap the beautiful things that they've watered from the good seeds that you've sown. And sometimes we think it's all bad because we feel like that in the moment. But just like the opposite of wrong is right, the opposite of bad is good. At some point, it's going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
The only way it doesn't get better is if you don't keep trying.
Exactly. And shout out to Strangle Monkey and Chulo69NYBX. I hope I said it. And Wildy 121. Dollar Bill, Taco
Dollar bill,
Tuesday,
y'all.
and Sheldero. Thank y'all
Mm,
for coming in.
hit that bubble.
Mm-mm.
I feel as if I move and I act and I feel in extremes. I'm either happy or I'm depressed or I'm calm or I'm angry. And it doesn't take much to tip my scale.
Mm-hmm.
And as a defense mechanism, when I'm angry at myself, the only thing I can do is put up barbed wire against those around me.
Mm-hmm. I know that feeling, honey. I know it well.
Because I feel so vulnerable and raw and wrong.
I know that feeling. What it's like to shut everybody else out.
Being upset and happy at the same time. Up and
Mm.
down, roller coaster.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. And anyone who says it is, they're simply not being true to themselves.
Not at all. Oops, hold on.
You ever heard the term you're your own worst critic?
I just said it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I had a whole new meaning to that. I'm more than my own worst critic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can't even just say I hold myself accountable.
yeah.
If
We
I'm wrong,
self-sabotage.
I'm
That's
wrong,
what we do.
and there are no excuses for why I was wrong. And that I deserve whatever comes after it, no matter how harsh or cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a reason why things like this happen. I told Ty that I didn't want to cancel this show tonight. And understand that everything happens for a reason. A lot of the things that you said a couple times, I'd already said it without even hearing your message. And that's because you're supposed to be here. And that's because our paths were meant to cross. And here's the thing. The beauty of this being a safe place and a platform where you can share with one another openly and freely. You ever heard of lifelines?
Mm.
Sometimes when you have moments like this, you discover your lifelines that are in total strangers, people that you've never met. As I mentioned earlier, some of us are just navigating, looking around for people that we could simply relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're dealing with personally is so foreign. And when we look at the next person that's close proximity to us, they just don't understand. And the way I roll, look, if you've never been hit by a bus before, but I got hit by a bus today, If you've never been hit by a bus before, I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear you tell me that it's going to be okay.
Oh my
Because you didn't
goodness.
get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
I did. I appreciate it. But I don't want to hear it from anybody
Who ain't
who hadn't
experienced.
got hit by it. Thank you. Exactly.
And I'm just being honest. Like, you can't tell. Um, for example, a married woman can't tell a single woman to be patient
Mm-hmm.
and wait for that perfect man. We're not the same person. We're in the same. We're in different walks of life. You've done what you're supposed to do, and now you have what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Not tell a single person to do that because they've been doing it already. And it's not because jealousy. It's just it's invalid. Your opinion is invalid because you're already married.
And
And I'm
you're
searching
feeding
for what
false
you have.
hope. Yeah.
Yes, that part. That part. Because that person doesn't know what the dating pool is like. So you can't say that. And I try
Yeah.
to steer away from giving people false hope. And when they do come to me for my opinions, I say my opinions because advice is different.
It is.
But
There's
have
no
y'all
perfect
ever,
man or woman.
mm-hmm, like, have y'all ever, do y'all have a one person that make you smile when you are so mad, so sad, and just self love is not even near you at that moment? But then one person just can just make all of it go away, and it doesn't have to be a significant other. It could be a friend, a coworker, somebody you see every day at the store, stuff like that.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And you know who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
And
Make sure you check up on that person as well.
yeah, check on your strong friends.
Yes, indeed.
Because that word strong and the derivative of
Is
it, strength,
misused.
they're dangerous
Mm-hmm.
words. And they're commonly mishandled.
Yes. Just
Hit
because
that
they are
button.
happy and bubbly does not mean they don't have their own issues.
Absolutely.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. How y'all is doing
Yeah.
tonight? Just scrolling through, trying to see what was going on stereo, and stop across this podcast. I'll see her for a minute, see what y'all talking about. But if you don't know, now you know. Act like you know me, not like you owe me.
Okay.
Okay, Bernie Mac.
Well, shout out. You know what? Now that was just disrespectful. Shout out to
Who
Dollar
don't love
Dollar
Bernie
Bill,
Mac?
y'all. Oh, I love Bernie Mac. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac. He was absolutely amazing.
Funny as hell.
Um, but you know, I just want to take a moment and send some love and light to I want to send some love and light. Oh, y'all, I got the hiccups. I'm so sorry. To Queen Beta. Because I want you to
Mm-hmm.
know this, sis. You're not alone. I feel you
Mm-hmm.
more than you know. Sometimes you can be your own worst critic to where it turns into self sabotage. Yeah,
Sometimes we just got to get out of our head. Because once we do that, a lot of assumptions come from that. And I know it's
absolutely.
hard. Trust me. It's hard.
Mhm.
And I'm working on it every day.
Mhm.
Every day.
Yeah, and you know, it's important to be around people who are gonna feed you truths. I can't stand to be around people who only sell me a dream. Everything isn't perfect. Everything doesn't always feel right. Okay? And, I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, girl, you sound amazing. Yeah, but on some days, I'm a hot mess.
Mm.
And I can own that. Am I proud of it? No. But I'm open and I'm honest with people because I want them to understand that, sometimes what sounds like one thing, is definitely not. I'm a human being. And there's nothing perfect or close to perfect about me. What I can say is that I strive daily to be better for me, for those around me. When I'm blessed to encounter people, I really want to leave a lasting impression on them. I want them to feel loved. No strings attached. We don't have to be BFFs. But if I know that I deposited something positive in your life, then I know that I did my job. The beautiful thing on my journey to self-discovery was when I realized what my purpose was. When you realize what your purpose is, then you've got to fight hard every single day to stay on path. Because we know, even on the most beautiful roads, we come across obstacles, potholes, detours, anything that can distract us to take us off the path that we're on. But it's up to us to navigate properly and do what it is necessary to just walk in our purpose fully and wholly. Shout out to baby girl Shar, because you need to be here too. And I want you to know that whatever it is that you're feeling inside of you that's inadequate, I just want you to know that you are more than enough. I feel beautiful energy coming from you. And if nobody has told you today, sis, you are loved. For sure.
Yes. Hit this bubble.
I want to thank you for your time to playing those messages, first of all. And I'm off to bed, so hopefully I can catch your show next time.
Yeah.
I'll probably just touch each of your avatars to follow you when you'll be next on. Alright, good night. It's a good night in my part of the world anyway. It might be a good morning for you, but I'm off to bed. Good night.
Good night, Major 33.
It's nighttime over here.
We appreciate you for sharing everything that you shared, She had such a beautiful story. And just the fact that she even had to put a disclaimer out there shows you how crazy the world is.
Yeah.
I wish we could live in a world where we don't have to put a bunch of disclaimers out just to feel safe and just to feel welcome. I always said if I ever had a place of business, I wanted everybody to feel welcome from the moment, not when they walk in, but from the moment they get out of their vehicles and step on the foundation. Because, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, we are who we are. It is not even about, just wanting to be accepted. It's basically just the respect that people deserve and the love that people deserve to be shown. Hey, Chloe B. I love Chloe B.
I remember you.
Girl, yo mic jacked up. What's wrong with your microphone?
Nothing. I got it in headphones.
Get your nose ring out the mic, girl.
Uh-oh. Sherry left her.
Thank you so much for that message. I think I found you guys on the right time as well. My life has gone through a real roller coasters. I've been in relationships, and my heart has gone through it. So at this moment, I'm really in another space, like being with myself, trying to put self-love at the number one spot. And honestly, I just try to wake up every morning and tell myself that I'm gonna make it. I love myself. I'm going to be the best version of myself. I try to
Yeah, yeah. I
We
felt
got it.
all of that.
Mm-hmm. It ain't easy.
Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. Just stopping by to show you guys some love. And I agree with you, Cassie C, that we all deserve love and respect. I mean, that's what we all deserve. So, yeah, I'm listening in and keep the good content coming.
Thank you, Chloe B. Girl. We love you. Sending love, peace, and light your way.
Thank you.
try to speak positivity towards myself. That's just what I
Mm.
wanted to see. Thank you again, and I really like you guys.
We like you too, Miss Sherry.
Thank you, baby girl Shar. And I want to say this to you. It's hard when your heart has been broken or tested, but you're doing everything necessary to be able to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Today I hurt, tomorrow I heal. Whenever you're feeling bad, I want you to say that to yourself. Today I hurt, tomorrow I heal. And that's because healing is always necessary. And it's going to come the moment you open your heart and welcome it. And so when you say that, you wake up and you tell yourself that you love yourself and you are striving to be the best version of yourself, it simply means that your heart is open to heal. Your heart is open to everything beautiful that's gonna come behind that. But it also shows that you haven't given up on yourself. And to everybody listening, I want you to hear me when I say something, okay? And I know y'all gonna agree with me on this. We spend so much time showing up for everybody else. So much time. But I don't want you to forget to show up for yourself. Okay? Show up for you and fight for you. You deserve it. And you owe it to yourself to fight for your own life. And at any moment, you've got to dismiss somebody, not even because they're negative, but even if they're just draining the little bit of life that you got left. Dismiss that person and go and replenish and recharge. And just be what you need to be for you. I had to learn how to unplug from everybody else because I was feeling depleted and I was pouring from an empty cup. I never knew that people could get so full off of fumes until that's all I began to operate on. And
Mm-hmm.
people will even suck the fumes out of your empty cup.
Until you ain't got in there, nothing.
Yeah, we live in
Just
a world full of
dry.
takers. Yeah, we live in a world full of takers and not enough of givers. And so protect whatever it is that you have to give. And know that it's okay to give yourself. Just as it's okay and necessary to forgive yourself. And to the listeners
Yeah.
we have in here, I want you to think about whatever it is that you need to do to better yourself and whatever it is that you haven't even forgiven yourself for. and take a moment and do that. Because that's what's stopping you from getting to the next phase. And I had to learn that the hard way. See, forgiveness is not for anybody but you.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and an apology is not a prerequisite for
Nope.
forgiveness.
It
Okay?
is not.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple. Because apology is, anybody can say I'm sorry and do it again. I'm sorry and do it again. So nah. For most people, actions will suffice instead of words. And I'm one of those people.
And, you know, I don't even want to break forgiveness away from just the apology in general. Because I can say that some people aren't even in a place to where they can say they apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because they've got to sort through whatever it is that's within them that's stopping them from to be able to know that an apology is even necessary. Sometimes you can hold so much junk that you're drowning in it. Okay?
Who
It's
said
good to
that?
detox. Yeah, it's good to detox. And it's good
But
to let it all out.
but you have to want it.
Yeah, you do.
Just depends on you.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely,
how does
sis.
everybody cope? How does people cope from hurt? What do you guys
Mm-hmm.
do? You listen to music, you go work out, go for walks, talk with friends, meditate,
Well,
you know.
I can speak on I can speak from a place of heartbreak right now. Because I'm talking to you guys and I'm pouring into you guys and I'm hurting like hell right now. But I cope by knowing that I'm not going to get any better if I just curl under and sulk in whatever it is, that I'm dealing with. And I know what that is. I won't share that.
Mm-hmm.
But I cope with giving that positive energy and love to others, even though I'm feeling like crap. I acknowledge that sometimes people don't mean to hurt you. And I also acknowledge that sometimes people hurt you because they didn't heal from someone hurting them. And so when you take an open wound and you bleed into another wound, the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to get infected. There is no type of astringent, no form of antibiotic or medicine to serve the initial wound. And so, therefore, it's kind of like having a molded apple in a bag with a bunch of fresh apples. They're all going to go bad. They're all going to be affected by it. And I choose to forgive and I choose to love still. I want to let y'all know something. If somebody hurt y'all, don't put your mouth on them. Don't bash. Do not tarnish their name. Love them. Forgive them, whether there is an apology or not. And if you're spiritual, pray for them. Pray for yourself. When you hear people stand up and talk about what they've been through, you always hear about how people hurt them, but you don't hear them talk about what they did to hurt that person or who they hurt in general. We've got to learn how to acknowledge both sides of things and to just accept what is and to keep moving. Don't you agree, sis?
I do.
Yeah.
I
So,
do.
I had a good old cherry limeade. I did a little cry. And I'm just dealing 1 minute at a time. That's what you
All
gotta
you can
do.
do.
That's right. It ain't easy, baby. But girl, if
It
there's
ain't
anything
easy.
I could tell you to do, it's heal. Heal, girl. Go heal. Yeah.
And heal
Because it
before you
looks
get into
good.
anything else. Yep.
Yeah. Healing looks good on you. No matter what you're healing from. It may not even be anything dealing with a relationship. Trauma. Grief. Boy, that grief is deep. Okay? That grief will strangulate you.
It sure will.
But do not suffocate. Go heal. Don't give up. Heal. If you gotta cry, cry and heal. Don't hold on to bitterness because it doesn't suit
Don't.
you. It's not gonna do anything but drain you. And don't even look for sympathy
No.
because you don't need it. Those are empty calories, okay? And we know what comes from empty calories. More weight. And that's the last thing that you need. You deserve to be free. You deserve to have that energy and to be able to move and do whatever it is that you need to do to strive and be your best self. So heal, girl. Go heal. It's only gonna get better. Keep smiling, keep laughing, keep praying, keep loving. And keep staying true to who you are, even if you haven't figured it all out yet. It's all good.
And continue to love those that love you and enjoy
Yes.
your life while you have it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Octavia18. Thank you for being here, boo.
What's up, Octavia? Oh, look at that. Do you see that avatar? Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is. That fedora or cowboy hat.
She has this weird obsession with hats, y'all. I'm telling you. If you were a thing, you'd be a hat rack because you're obsessed with those things.
I'll be a hat rack.
Mm-hmm.
I
If
love
you
them.
were an insect, what would you be and why?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. I feel like, oh, come back. There's so many insects.
I think if I were an insect, um, I think I would be a butterfly.
That suits you. I agree.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm ever changing. I'm always going through a phase of metamorphosis. And I'm always changing because I'm always challenging myself just to be better. I want that so bad, you know. I want to always be in love with learning something. That's probably why I nearly got kicked out of Barnes and Noble. The very first time I sat in Barnes and Noble, I sat in there for 10 hours straight. And I was like, well, I guess I'll buy one of these three books that I read. But I have a hunger for knowledge. And I thirst to learn just more and more about self-development and things that are going to help me succeed just in different areas of my life. And girl, you know, it was real hard to sit up in there and not look at those good old pastries up in that Starbucks, honey, because your girl don't need no extra chocolate, honey, on this board.
It's a boy.
But I sure did enjoy smelling it and just the experience in itself. I did. So now you have to pick your insect. And to all of our listeners, I know this may sound like a crazy question, but answer it. You guys were an insect, what would you be and why?
This probably gonna be weird because this insect is also a maggot. But besides that, because I'm not that, uh, I would say no. I can't say that because I know
No, you
that.
better not say a fly because they fly on poop and that's just disgusting.
Well, we're not talking about what they do. But see, at the same time, I can't say fly because they're irritating and always around. And I'm not that. But
True.
I like to be of the person that people want around.
Mm-hmm.
Not only when they're sad or when they're happy, but you know, I'm the type of friend that likes to be someone's light
Yeah.
in the darkness.
I would say, can I tell you what insect I would give to you? I would say that you are a ladybug.
A who?
A ladybug.
Ah, a
Because you're
ladybug.
so gentle. You're so beautiful. You're such a light and you're attracted to other light. You know, you see ladybugs, they love flying on the light. That's you.
And people really, well, I'm not going to say people, but some people actually are gentle with
Mm-hmm.
ladybugs and would
Yeah,
rather them fly off them and not throw them. So yeah, like
absolutely.
I get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you're the bomb.com, and I'm so blessed to have you as my friend and sister in real life. If y'all didn't know, we're actually friends in real life. And,
Hmm.
you know, our story is beautiful and it's unique. But you would think that we've known each other for forever. And I just can't see my life without her. Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to King. King Hinton.
King.
And he got the dots in between, so I was just like, let me put some respect on it.
What's your takeaway from our topic tonight?
Two, don't blame yourself. Move forward. We all hurt. We all go through emotional roller coasters. We're all human. Um, Try to find something to keep you busy. Never dwell on that hurt or problem or situation because it only get worse. Allow yourself to cry because we all have to cry and let go of that pain instead of keeping it balled up and taking it out on the next person that may
Yeah,
love us the way we deserve to be loved. And we don't like to run away blessings. We should
yeah,
not want to run away a blessing.
yeah. And if you happen to dwell on the things that hurt, because let's just be realistic. Sometimes we get stuck. You know, sometimes we get stuck in those little holes. Find a way to dig. Dig your way out of it. You know, keep pushing and keep fighting and striving to find that light and come up for air. Um, I want to send love and
Mm-hmm.
positivity and just even a source of freedom to all of you guys, because sometimes what we're dealing with has a tendency to hold us captive and to keep us in bondage. And who wants to live with shackles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Nobody wants to live weighed down and in shackles and, burdened down by the things of life that has us down. We want to be able to live and breathe freely and comfortably. And if you're in a place right now where you're uncomfortable, know that discomfort happens right before growth. And we all have room for growth. And understand that when we're growing, we're being added to. And when we're being added to, it simply increases our value. So for those of you feeling worthless, know that this place of discomfort is something that's going to lead to growth. And know that you're worth more than you probably could have ever imagined. And so if you're ever feeling worthless, understand that you're in a place where you're being added to and you're worth more than that little feeling, that temporary feeling that you're having right now.
Yeah.
So that being said,
True.
you got your final closeout, sis?
Yes, I did. I hope what the topic helps someone or somebody's in their healing process. And I doesn't mean if you're dwelling on it to get over it. Try not or try to cope with it. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, you were good. When you said that, I wanted to let people know if you are, you just dig out of it, But everything that you said was great. Um, well, you guys, if you're just tuning into us for the first time, this is your girl Cassie C, also known as the Chocolate Bunny Honey, and I have my amazing, beautiful friend, Miss Ty On Demand, which you could take a moment now and follow her on YouTube at Ty On Demand. And we just want to thank you for tuning into another episode of The Standard, The Heart, The Thought, where we engage in thought-provoking conversation. And it got deep tonight, y'all. It got deep and it got real. But I hope all of you guys felt safe here, because it is. And I hope all of you guys felt loved, because we do love you. And most importantly, we invite you guys to come back and just chill with us, because it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Hit that button, sis.
Uh-oh.
How old are you two? How old are you two?
32.
I am 31.
So yeah, but shout out to all of our listeners. We love you guys. Peace, love, and blessings. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys later.